This is Dan Tortora here of WakeUpCall, and we are on site on location at Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Rd in Cicero, New York, for another edition of The Light Between Us, speaking on positive pieces of our community and bringing each other together in a world that seems to be apart and bringing light through the darkness. So I'm here with Alaina Haynes, and I'm happy to have you here for the first time, so welcome to the show. So, Alaina, for you, bring me into how you got here, the journey to Chick-fil-A Cicero. How did it happen?
All right, well, this was already my favorite place to eat because what I said to Jimmer in the interview is that this is the only fast food place that really looks like people enjoy working here. Everyone always has a smile, everyone goes above and beyond to make sure you're happy, there's no mess-ups, it's just, It's such a pleasant experience, and the way that they treat corrections officers and police, everything, it really is big for my family because we are a military police family. So this was my first, when I was going to get my first job, this is where I wanted to be, and the interview was great. It was really a wonderful experience.
So, coming from a military and police background, like you said, that's important to you. What is it like to have a family that, first and foremost, thank you to your family for their service? What do you love about being a part of a military and police family?
I think it's the sense of responsibility that everyone has. It is very strict, as you would imagine. There's a lot of rules for us, but at the same time, I do not think I would be the person I am without that discipline and respect that they instilled in me very young.
So who in your family is?
My stepdad is in the Army, and my mother is a corrections officer. So, it's a lot.
So the parents in the household, the parental figures, all involved in some way.
My mom is also a volunteer firefighter, so we put all three boxes checked.
So you have the military, you have police, law enforcement,
yes,
and of course you have our firefighters. So have you ever thought about that for yourself?
I am definitely not the hard person, not in a bad way. They're just stronger. I think mentally, I'm very soft, and I feel people's emotions very strongly. I want to help people. So I didn't ever think that that was really what I would go into. I think it's a great path, and anyone who does that has my full respect. But I knew very young that I wanted to be medical.
So you want to be on the medical side?
Yes.
Do you want to be like EMT in the ambulance? Where do you want to be?
I'm going to be a volunteer EMT in the upcoming year while I'm in college to get some experience, and then long-term, nurse practitioner is my dream.
Okay. So we have the EMT, nurse, firefighter, corrections officer. So you're still along that line of first responder. Yeah,
I think it's just growing up. As you can imagine, I hear a lot of crazy stories.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I want to be a part of that. And I don't just want to see it and be there for it, like, corrections, they just do, and they're here to protect. I also want to be a problem solver. I want to help solve the pain that people are going through.
What makes you want to do that? Like you said, you want to solve the pain that people are going through. Why?
I think I'm just very empathetic. I love people. I love everyone in general. I can look at any single person, and they could have a lot of issues, a lot of rough life upbringing and everything, but I will still find something to love in that person. And I think that's what nurse practitioners, just medical in general, I think is what you need.
How did you become that way? That you said even if somebody's rough around the edges, even if there's a lot that may be difficult to work through, that you always find something to love. How did you become that way?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. I think I've always been that way. I think in general, my family is not that way, and I've always been the opposite, and I have no clue how that came to be. It's just how it is. And they always, they'll pick on me for it too, because they'll be like, this person is hurting you, like, why don't you stand up? Why don't you do something like that? But it doesn't bother me deeply like that, because I still think that every person deserves love.
Well, that's a beautiful thing to hear, especially in today's world, that you feel for others, you care for others, and you try to find the good in people. How has that made your life experience rewarding?
I was hopeful homeschooled, so I never really had the chance to make a lot of friends. But at the same time, I still found ways to have really pleasant experiences with each person that I came in contact to. Just by being friendly, going out of your way to say hi, or, anything really. People need that. And no one will say it out loud because it's not something you expect. But when it's given, even just a simple compliment, you remember it for days. And I try to do that in all my interactions.
Well, it's interesting because people talk about things that upset them, right? If somebody pissed them off, if somebody cut them off, if somebody was rude to them, somebody broke up with them, somebody lied to them. We talk so much about the negative as a society, but I tell people all the time, I'll stop and go, hey, thank you for being who you are, because you need to tell good people that you appreciate it. Like, I feel like when people are good, we just kind of like, oh, okay, and then until they're bad, then we're going to tell them that they're bad. But I feel like we have to take the time to say, thank you for holding the door, thank you for saying hello, thank you for your compliment, thank you for being there when I needed you, thanks for going to see the movie with me. And it seems like you value the positive message.
Of course you're going to have bad interactions. Some people having a bad day, you never know what's going on, but sometimes people are going to be rude. And I might afterwards tell someone like, wow, that was really rude, like, to get it off. But I will never treat them any differently than I would treat someone who's being kind to me, because I guarantee you that someone in their life is treating them the same way that they're treating other people, and they need someone to just be respectful.
So it sounds like whatever negative behavior is going on, when that person crosses your path, you do your best to say that stops here. Like, someone was negative to you, you're being negative to me, I'm going to be nice. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to stop this domino effect in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
How strong of a person do you have to be, and how thick-skinned do you have to be to say, like, they were mean to you, you're mean to me, I'm going to be nice to you?
I truly don't think that I'm very thick-skinned. I'm definitely very emotional, and someone being mean to me, after I'm done with that interaction, I might go cry. Oftentimes I will. But I know that feeling that emotion while I'm in that interaction isn't going to help either of us. And so I think I've learned to really, hold that for later when I can feel the emotion, and in the moment just think about that person. So it's practice.
How long have you been kind of practicing the art of being mentally kind of focused, and then saying, if I'm going to have the emotion, let me do that in my own peace by myself afterward? How long have you been working through that?
I think that's also a thing that I've grown up with, because with parents that are in this very thick-skinned parents, like, they don't really feel they don't feel emotions as strongly as I do. And their emotions kind of come out differently. Mine is usually sadness. I don't get angry, very rarely, and I never have. But, they taught me, if you're upset, if you're sad, you gotta hold that and wait for the right time to feel it. And they've taught me that since I was younger, and I think I've just carried that.
So you're not doing what a lot of people do, which is say things that you regret saying because people in the moment get very emotional.
Yeah, no, I
so you can kind of hold on to those emotions.
I'm very good at that, actually. I think it really is just the way I grew up.
So, like, would you like to be president? Would you like to run Congress? Would you like to own business? Like, we need you to be in that space of, like, I mean, do you ever think about that? Like, there's so many people in leadership parts of this world that are not, they're making very emotional decisions, they're fighting with each other, we see that all the time. So as much as I'm joking, I'm kind of not joking, that the way that you talk about tackling life is something that people 40 years older than you have no idea how to do.
Man, I've never thought about going into something like that, mainly because I try to stay as far removed from anything political as I can.
Yeah.
I think it might just be because I'm young and I'm not ready to be in that yet. Someday I'm sure I'll have to be, but for now I really avoid it. I don't have the energy to really get involved.
Well, I think that that's the problem. I think the people in politics are like, they're a certain way, but that like the really nice, kind, empathic people are not in it because we don't want to be in that world. But at the same time, I feel like that world needs the kind-hearted, the buck stops with me, I'm going to be nice to you. So it's this like weird world of like, we don't want to be in it because we're not like them, but then that world needs us because it's not like us.
Yeah. I think that would have to be a very large change.
Oh yeah.
That many people would have to make pretty close in concession for that to really, for people empathetic, people like me to take over the political field. That would have to be a large change that I don't even think will happen in my lifetime.
So for you, leading the way you can, day by day, you said people appreciate hello, they appreciate people being nice to them. At Chick-fil-A, it is commonplace to say hello, how are you, my pleasure, and to mean it.
And that's what sets it apart from most other places.
Is the difference.
It is, yeah. It's the care factor that not everyone has.
And for you to be the person that you are and to work at a place like Chick-fil-A, does it almost just feel like this place was made for you?
Really. I feel like I fit in very well. And it felt like that immediately. I've been here about a month and a half now.
Okay, so this is new.
It is new. And it was from day one. I felt very comfortable. I picked up on everything within the first few days. Like, I'm a fast learner. I loved it. I loved the fast pace. I love the kindness. I love the support. It's just great. I don't have any complaints.
Well, and at the top of Chick-fil-A Cicero is owner-operator Jimmer Szatkowski.
Yes.
What can you say about working for him?
He's great. Obviously, this is my first job. I don't have an experience with a different leader or like high boss. I don't have that. But I'm pretty confident that he is much better than many other.
He's setting your bar very high because
yeah.
this is your first job.
He cares. Even in the first interview that I had with him, first interaction, his personality is so big, and you could tell that he cared so much about who he's hiring in his business and the kind of person that I'm going to be. Very personal, very, it's a connection. He's making that connection. And now he gets food for everyone on random days. He'll stop by and ask you how you're doing. He's not business. He cares about his business, but not in the way that's, money or not all that. He cares about each person that is working under him.
So for you to see someone that's kind of driven by the bottom line and simple money and all this stuff, but is someone who really just genuinely wants to see his people doing well and being healthy and being good. The fact that he wants you as an individual to feel seen by him, what does that mean to you?
It feels very comfortable. It feels very, what's the word? It's just it's something you don't get often from, especially someone you've never met before on that first conversation. You don't feel that from a lot of people. And he definitely radiates kindness and love and acceptance. Just really a good person. Some people you truly can see their heart.
Yeah.
And he really has a very big, kind heart.
Well, and they say the eyes are like the key to the soul. Do you feel like you can sit there and look at him and look right into who he is?
He has very expressive eyes as well, so I can feel what he's feeling. And of course, that's also me being empathetic for people, but I really feel the kind of person that he is. And he's wonderful.
And I will say this to you before we finish up here. Your eyes are very expressive and very, unique. Because, I've had the opportunity and the blessing of meeting a bunch of different people. One of the first things I noticed when we started and you turned and looked at me, I was like, she has different eyes. Like, they look like they're vibrant. It looks like kind of the earth, acting.
Thank you very much.
Do you get that from people that, you kind of look like you're...
Actually...
I think vibrant's the word, but it's almost like there's an energy that comes through you, but then you can also see it.
That is probably the number one compliment I get from guests here.
Okay.
I always try to give a compliment when someone comes up. It could be about their car or their clothes, anything. I could be like, wow, you have a really nice laugh, something like that. And the one I get back is always, are your eyes real? Which is an odd way of phrasing it, but I'm like, yes, they're real.
Yeah, they're real. They're mine.
They're mine.
They're mine.
Yeah. So I get that a lot, and I appreciate it, because I think that eyes are the biggest feature of someone's face. It's just the biggest thing that you look at them, you feel them. It's big.
And they don't change.
No, they don't change.
With time. So, as we finish up this edition of The Light Between Us, and you have imparted so much wisdom in a world that desperately needs it, what do you want to say to somebody that may be watching us, listening to us right now, that's having a tough time, going through a tough moment? Maybe they're doing an eye for an eye, whatever people give them, they're giving back, good or bad. Maybe they're taking something out on the world. What would you want to say to those people?
There is no positive that can come from carrying on the hurt that someone else has given to you. There are going to be people in your life that will come in and out. Some might treat you badly, some might be the nicest person you've ever met, but you're also coming in and out of people's lives, and you want to be one of those great people that someone remembers for being kind. I mean, what else would you want? That's all you can do in the world, really, is give your all, be kind, be friendly, be someone's reason to have a great day, and that's it.
Alaina Haynes, spreading so much of what we need to hear. You have no idea. That statement just now, that hits me some kind of way. So how old are you?
17.
17 years old. And I cannot tell you, at 39, that hit me. And I can't even tell you how many people need to hear that today. So if a 17-year-old can figure out what she just imparted onto all of you, then we have no excuses, world. The Light Between Us, a light from Alaina, right here at Chick-fil-A Cicero. Come and see her and the team led by Jimmer Szatkowski, 7916 Brewerton Rd in Cicero, New York. God bless, no stress, do your best, be good to each other. Alaina, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure's been mine. I'll talk with you soon. Thank y'all. Be safe.